Hey Brad Squad, I am Itoro-Chloe Udo, a new face here at Brad Show Live. And today we are at the Children's Museum of the Arts in the Soho district of Manhattan for the Ethiopian Cultural Festival. So we are gonna have a fun full day of music, dancing, culture, storytelling, everything that Ethiopia has to offer. But before we head inside, I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about myself and my family's immigration background. My parents are Nigerian, lived in Nigeria for most of their lives. They had my eldest brother there, then went to England, lived there for some time, had my second brother, and then to Canada where they had me. Here in America, I am a permanent resident with dual citizenship in Nigeria and Canada. Nigeria is my home, it's my heart, my family. We go back to visit as often as we can. That's a little bit about me for now. Let's go inside and get a taste of Ethiopia. Today with Ian, one of the museum's lead teaching artists and weekend supervisor, and we're here at the art workshop. The theme here is you got some Ethiopian artists, and could you tell us about the artists that are featured this week?
So this project over here is our Dreamy Cityscapes, and it's inspired by Addis Gezahang. And what Addis does is creates these really kind of compact, dense paintings that are a lot of colorful shapes.
Yeah.
But if you look closer, you'll see things like windows and doors and signage, because they're kind of picturing them as like these very busy cities. The project that we've programmed, inspired by that, is taking these cardboard panels and layering them with as many collage materials as possible to create our own kind of like metropolis cities. The other side is our collaborative subway mural, which is inspired by Ezra Wube's like animated mural that he has at the Fulton Street subway station. What we're doing to pay homage to that is we've erected a wall for the Houston Street station, because that's the closest one to us. A young artist is invited to draw something that either reminds them of New York or that they kind of like mentally equate to New York.
So I know you guys have a program here called Civic Kids, Make Art, Make a Difference. Could you tell us a little bit more about the program and what it's about?
So Civic Kids is part of our 30th anniversary celebration. In order to kind of usher in this milestone for the museum, we have a whole year's worth of programming dedicated to themes touching upon social awareness and social action, while also being translated into projects that are really easy to do together at home or in a communal space.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about your immigration story, your family background.
I was born in Queens, New York. My mother emigrated here from Barranquilla, Colombia when she was about 3 years old. So she's very much, ingrained in the American culture. She grew up with a lot of American television shows. She was living in Long Island City for almost all of her early life. So just being in that diverse of an area really meant that her individual experience was meshing and getting layered upon all these other stories of immigration.
Yeah.
It's always been this very kind of American viewpoint in our house of everyone coming together under one proverbial roof.
So I'm here with Christy Raffensperger, a librarian over at the Hudson Park Library, and she read a couple stories from Ethiopian authors to the kids. Could you tell us some of the stories that you chose to read today?
The story that I read was Trouble, Jane Kurtz. She is from Ethiopia. When I do the cultural festivals at the museum, I try to get a folktale because I feel like that is the type of story that represents the culture the most, but still telling a really good story. It really engages a lot of kids of all different ages. E is for Ethiopia. It's an alphabet book, and it goes through each letter and it talks about a different part of the country or culture. As a librarian, I'm obviously not from the Ethiopian culture, but it's my job to share stories. And so even if there are words in the story that I might not pronounce correctly, it's still important to share the story and try your best.
If you don't mind sharing with us your immigration story.
So my family on both sides was German. My great-grandparents came over and they settled in Pennsylvania, and so we are what we call Pennsylvania Dutch.
So we are here now with our musician of the day, Habte, and he just gave us a really lovely performance. You were awesome. Could you just share with us what you do, your music style?
Right now, I do rhythm and blues in English, in Ethiopian language, 2 languages, Amharic and Tigrinya. And I write my own songs. I also do a lot of covers. I love covers. I play the violin, I play guitar and keyboard, but vocal is my love.
So we had a lot of kids in the audience today, and I know you said you like to mix Ethiopian with modern, and why do you think that's so important to do, especially with a young presence in your audience?
The importance of exposing them to different cultures is it broadens their mind. You have to expose them to all kinds of music, all kinds of cultures, all kinds of dances. You know, there are other worlds, you know, outside here. So I think it's very important.
Do you mind sharing with us a little about your immigration story?
My immigration, somebody paid for my way here. I got scholarship for graduate school because I already finished college there in Ethiopia. And when I finished graduate school, they came and recruited me for a job. My employer applied for my green card, and I got my green card. And then after a few years, I applied for citizenship. In fact, I didn't go back to Ethiopia for 44 years because the political situation was really not conducive.
Yeah.
Finally, I went and played at their Ethiopian Idol finale. My daughter is also famous there.
So I'm here with some of our performers that we had here at the festival. They just gave us a nice taste of traditional Ethiopian dance. Could I just have you guys give me your names, please?
Yeah, so my name is Tizita.
I'm Helena.
Gannet.
What were the names of the styles that you just did?
So we did about 5 different ones, although we have many more to share. So I think the first one was Amarinya. Then we did Tigrinya. Then Orominya. Then
Guraginya and
Guraginya, then Walaitinya.
So you guys gave us a taste of Eskista, right? Could you just explain, am I doing a little something close to it?
Yeah. Doing it right. Eskista is part of the chafara.
Okay.
And we do it on the shoulder, a combination of your head, your waist area.
Yeah, so it's everything.
Exactly.
Chest bit.
They're a little bit like jumping, or was that a different dance?
It has a combination of that as well.
Yeah.
For the Tigrinya, you're right. It's almost like a reggae move too. Pick up
It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
What you're wearing, the traditional dress, is this what typically would be worn in any type of Ethiopian dancing?
In most parts of Ethiopia, you'll see this. So, of course, like I said, we have different languages, different cultures, different dances, and so the outfits are as different. So this is made of cotton. It's hand woven. All of this is handmade. It takes a while to make it, and you have to we normally don't even put it on the laundry machine because it's so delicate.
And I saw some kids joining in to dance. So is that something that you typically train like young kids to like learn the dances?
We do train our children
Yeah.
at home, and we got invited to teach some of the kids at the Children's Museum. That was really nice to see the kids got involved.
Dance is actually not just dance, it's a culture, right? And so like most of us who grew up here, we have children who are raised here, so when we teach them the dance, it's not just pure dance, it's the culture, it's the language. So there's so much that goes behind it.
I've been dancing traditional Nigerian dance since I was really small, so I know the culture and the community it brings together.
When you dance, it's not by yourself.
Yeah.
You always invite the community, the people, the family, even the audience, as we saw today.
You were awesome. I had to hold myself from jumping in. Do you mind just sharing with us your story?
So I came here at the age of 14. I had a single mom, lost my dad a while ago, so dealing with that, it was a challenge, but I'm so grateful of the time that I came here. And I can say I kind of navigate both cultures quite well. So in terms of American dream, I mean, you're from Nigeria, so the African parenthood is usually go to school, get a good job, and it's usually predetermined careers for us.
It is.
So I guess for me, the dream is living my life the way I want to, spending time with whom I want to, doing things like this.
Yeah.
So that's my story.
So Brad Squad, that wraps up our day here at the Children's Museum of the Arts. We had a full packed day, everything Ethiopia. We had Ethiopian musicians, we had traditional dances, we had storytelling featuring some Ethiopian children's book authors. If you're ever in the New York City area, down in Soho, definitely come and check out the Museum of the Arts. It's a great place for kids, really a great place for the whole family. Brad Squad, I hope you guys had a great time, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.